What I love about aesthetics is constant evolving change and ingredients. So we're going to talk about a lot of different things. All right, so this one is about anti-aging protocols, new things, new trending equipment. So our goal as estheticians is to get down to the basal layer to produce something that I call mitosis, which is fun, because when you start talking about science, it actually can be fun when it has to do with beauty in your skin. So we got to get down to that layer, but we have to talk about what ingredients actually do, because there's some that do and there's some that don't. I love showing clients factual information because there's no way over-the-counter products can get to the basal layer to produce change there. So now I want you to think of ingredients in two categories. If you're a new esthetician, or if you can remember when you were a new esthetician, how do you think about ingredients? You think about them in kind of one big, long laundry list, and you get overwhelmed, okay? So we're going to put them into two categories, one being acids and one being what I call nourishers. So what do acids do? They break skin cells down. What do you think nourishers do? Build cells up. So if you figure that out and get that into your mind, you will be able to handpick things in both categories. What would be the benefit of producing mitosis of keratinocytes? What does that mean for the client? What's the benefit? Cellular renewal, but new skin cells. Who needs new skin cells? You, me, her, everybody, right? Who has scarring? Every client that comes in your door. Who has hyperpigmentation? Probably 90% of your clientele. So it's important to think about those in those categories. So if I ask you what ingredients produce mitosis, what are you going to say? AHAs, all of them. So if I'm trying to treat scarring, new cell growth, hyperpigmentation, I might be pulling from the AHA category. So the next one is retinol. There's a very specific definition of retinol that I want to talk about. What is it? Speeds up cell turnover. So if you're thinking of a quick definition and you want to write that down, speeds up cell turnover. Retinol should be the helper of AHAs or the helper of BHAs, depending on what you're treating. So that should never be the first thing you go to, and I think that's such an important thing. And we always want to alternate acids and nourishers. So think about that right this minute. Do y'all use an acid one night and nourisher the next night? That's good to think about. You'll see the change. Your skin is kind of like that bad little kid you got to put in the corner until you figure out what it is that's going to make it behave, right? So it's usually going to be changing it up every single day. Do y'all ever look at ingredients and look at these terms and you're like, what in the world does this mean? If it has the word peptide in it, the easy way to remember peptides is, of course, it tightens the skin. It's like a chain link fence that tightens everything in terms of really tightening instantaneously. So the ones that I've tested on this one, you feel tight. And if you don't know to expect that, you're like, what am I putting on my skin? But this one's perfect for anti-aging in this particular pairing of it. And you can take a peptide in a petri dish and you can make different versions and chemical formulations of different things, but ultimately it's all for skin tightening. This is a neat combination for that one too, going into this year. These are some modern modalities that you're probably familiar with. So hydrodermabrasion, you have tons of companies that make these now. Oxygen infusion, so we talked about a couple of ingredients that help to introduce oxygen, but oxygen infusion is perfect for reducing bacteria and tightening the pores, getting rid of a lot of free radicals, so that's perfect. Then radiofrequency skin tightening. Do y'all even know how that works? Here's how it works. I always say good, better, best when it comes to skin tightening. So microcurrent would be good, okay? It would be in the good category. It's going to tighten facial muscles. So you have to continuously do these treatments in order to keep those benefits. Then you have radiofrequency, which by book definition is alternating energy waveforms that produce nonspecific localized heat in the dermis and epidermis. And radiofrequency, you can see results pretty quickly with that one. But you have to come usually for weekly sessions. And then, who's ever had laser skin tightening? That would be your best. So good microcurrent, better radiofrequency, and then best laser skin tightening. It goes down to the deeper layer of the dermis in order to produce more fibroblasts, so it works a little bit quicker.